Alright, well, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the Wurlitzer 103 band organ, and we're going to show you a little bit about it and some things to look for and some maintenance things and maybe some disassembly and reassembly tips. So let's get started. Alright, well, this facade comes off very easily, and it exposes all the pipes, and I think it makes the organ look better. I like seeing the pipes. So here's the way to take this off. So on the inside of the organ, attached to the back of this facade, is this little coat hanger rod. And all it does is just hook right to the back of this facade here. So all you have to do is take it like that, push a little bit, and just pull it off of there. And as you can see, the whole facade just comes off like that and exposes the pipes. Makes everything easy to get to. So as you see, you got the low notes. I've also got all the pipes, marked E, F sharp, and everything is marked down here. So when you take the pipes out, which they just come out like that, you can just look and they go back in there like that. So it's pretty self-explanatory right there. And to put the facade back on, you just line those two pieces up back on like that, and then you push it up against the inside there. You take your hook, go up in there, find the hole, if I can not drop it there, and it just hooks back on like that, and there you go. So to get this thing playing, I just put the roll frame outside of the organ on top of a stool, and then I meticulously tubed up the tracker bar to the valve blocks in the valve stack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect all of this from those valve blocks, but leave them on here, so it'll be easy. Basically, you look at the numbers on the valve blocks. There's number 22 right there. This is number 22, and I'll put a sticker on there that says 22. So 22 will go to the 22 block. And back here I've omitted some pipes just because I just couldn't get them to tune right. I just couldn't get them to sound right with the other pipes. It sounded worse with them in. So maybe you can do something with that. These are the fingers that go down. Basically, they have little pins underneath them that push the valves open. So that's very meticulous. I made those too. Alright, so here we are at the pump sticks. These go up and down. I'll put a little shim there. But basically, you're going to want to get some grease, like some spray lithium grease with the WD-40 red straw on it. And while it's going, just maybe put some grease in here in between these places while it's going to lube it every once in a while, so you don't have sticks going to break on you soon. And speaking of lube, we have the motor here, and the motor has a oiling spot right there, which I think that's the top of the motor. This is the bottom of the motor, but you can certainly drop some 3-in-1 oil in there. What you do while, get you some 3-in-1 oil like that, and then, put a few drops in that hole. But I would take it off of this thing here, which is what I've done before, and put some oil in there, let it run a little bit so it's pretty good and lubed, and so you won't have a problem. Okay, now back to the roll frame. This knob right here, going this way or this way, adjust the tracker bar left and right by a few holes. So if a roll isn't playing right, you know, the notes are off, that's what fixes it. Right here, of course, is the tracker bar, and the controls. This is on, and this is the speed of the song. And until you get a lock and cancel going, so let's just say, you know, you've got this song going here. All right, song's playing, the song's playing. Now you're going to want to turn off the organ so it doesn't, you know, have a horrible sound. And then when you want to rewind it, just lightly squeeze that for about 6 minutes until this thing rewinds to the first song. Just pay attention to the stamped number of songs while it's rewinding. And so you've got it going right here, right? So this right here will make it go backwards. That way you can rewind it. Okay, to take the drums off on both sides, you have these clamps that are good and snug. This thing's just going to keep it on there. Now what you do is you take a Phillips screwdriver and you just loosen these enough to where this shelf moves, and you can lift these things right off, and then you can tighten them back up again so they don't break off. And the installation is the reverse. You loosen these up just enough so that thing slides in there, and then you tighten them back up to where it's tight and snug. And that's how you remove and install the drums. So as I said, you'll have number 3 go to number 3 valve block. All these will be numbered on the hoses. So here is where the bellows meet the wind chest. This right here needs to be leather all the way around, not duct tape. This right here is a crappy Sanford & Son installation of the bass drum, just so I could put air in it and try to manually trigger it. So that needs to be changed to leather and glued on there, and then somehow you either hook the bass drum into there, or if you want to build an extra pressure box, that's probably what I recommend, is and put the bass drum in on that. See, as you see, the bass drum comes in right there, you know, and then goes up into the beater right there. With all the tubes off, there's the picture, and of course 4 goes to 4, so they're all numbered. You should have no problem tubing it up. On the bellows, I made a diagram of what all of these things do. So, you know, what they play and what the numbers are and all that. So that's might be helpful to you. So yeah, that's basically the whole organ right there. So that's it. That's all. That's how to disassemble and reassemble certain parts of the organ. I hope you enjoy the organ. I have enjoyed it as little time as I've had it. I've had it for maybe 2 years, but it's only been playing for like a year. So I hope that you take care of it. I hope that you get everything working and it tuned. Maybe you might have to replace one of these ranks of pipes, or maybe even 2 of those ugly brown wooden ones, just to make it sound right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a call, 1-864-884-8489, at any time of the day or night, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. If you ever have a problem or if you have a question or whatever, just give me a call. Also, I'll help you out with anything that you need to know. All right, well, thanks for watching, and enjoy the organ.